The world of F1 is forever evolving and looking forward, with many teams keeping one eye on the 2023 and another eye on the 2026 engine regulations. Mercedes, Red Bull powertrains, and Audi have all formally registered their interest in creating powertrains under the new 2026 regulations. Honda has also registered their interest in being a 2026 engine supplier. What does this mean for Red Bull, and who could be their new partner after a very successful partnership with Honda? Stick around to find out. For any new F1 fans, a powertrain system includes the engine, transmission, and drivetrain. As you can imagine, it is key to a car's performance, a statement echoed by Adrian Newey, the engineering genius of Red Bull. Newey recently admitted he is still determining what the future holds at Red Bull after the 10% reduction in wind tunnel time due to the FIA finding them guilty of a minor cost cap breach. He is sure that Red Bull learned one thing when Mercedes dominated from 2014 to 2021, winning 15 of the 16 world titles available and an unprecedented 8 Constructors' Championships. Asked if he had learned anything during this period of dominance, Newey said, "Have a decent engine. We went into the hybrid era and Renault got it wrong, so that was pretty depressing because you realize that in the foreseeable future, if you do a spectacular job, you might snatch the odd win, but you're never going to win a championship." That was a reset. I think one of the strengths of the team is that we put our heads down and got through that period so that once we had a good power unit again with a partnership with Honda, we were able to respond. This seems to be the most prominent item you would need to get right to have a title-winning car. With F1 cars being incredibly technical and complicated and strategy playing a significant role, the engine is just one of the factors. Ferrari had a great engine, but still failed to win the title. When asked about what he had learned during Mercedes' period of dominance, Horner said this: "The most important thing was keeping the team together, focusing on the things we could control. We had great loyalty during that period. Honda shared the same passion. We took that risk, and we were then able to really start to get the foundations in place for a championship challenge." With an engine being so critical and Honda being such a reliable partner to Red Bull, it is hard to comprehend why Red Bull would want to end such a strong relationship. So let's dive a little deeper into this. Honda supposedly left Formula One in 2021 to focus on the electronic division of its car business. With Max winning the world title in that season, it was a great way to bow out. But in an interesting twist, Honda continued to supply engines to Red Bull under the guise of Red Bull powertrains, achieved by Honda leasing out the IP of its engines to Red Bull the 2022 season. Red Bull went on to win both the Drivers' and Constructors' Championships. After this excellent return, Honda now looks to be back in F1 after it was announced at the Japanese Grand Prix that the famous HRC logo would return after Honda and Red Bull announced they would be enhancing their relationship. All great things must end, and with the relationship between Red Bull and Honda growing in 2023, a question mark is being raised over how long this marriage will last. Both teams have registered to be engine suppliers under the new regulations for 2026. The president of Honda Racing had this to say: "Registered Honda as an engine manufacturer from 2026 with the F1 sporting authorities. The 2026 regulations are moving towards carbon neutrality, which we are also promoting as a manufacturer. Our objectives therefore match. Honda and Red Bull have a deal till 2025 and could still collaborate on an engine in 2026, but it is doubtful, as Red Bull is only open to a collaboration under strict terms. The primary term is that the powertrain must be entirely built in-house, and the manufacturer only commits to the name. Porsche has already been rejected by Red Bull as they wanted complete control of the process around the engine, and with Marco and Horner having full autonomy at Red Bull, let's just say this wasn't going to fly. Honda has now also dropped out of the race, with reports saying that Honda wants to train their engineers and gain new technology, which again would be swiftly rejected by Horner. There are still 2 options for Red Bull, with Ford and Alfa Romeo in the running to collaborate with Red Bull. Ford has a rich history in Formula One, first being involved in the sport back in 1966, and it seems reasonable that they would enjoy a return to the pinnacle of racing. Adding fuel to the fire is that Ford is 3rd in the all-time list of F1 victories, and to make that sound even crazier, they left the sport in 2004. It is improbable that Ford will return in a technical capacity, but rather as a significant sponsor for Red Bull, almost identical to how Honda and Red Bull operate now. For Red Bull powertrains, the financial investment in such a venture would be helpful and outside the Red Bull Racing budget cap. With the head of Ford's global performance neither confirming nor denying that the vehicle giant would be joining F1. It is certainly true that there is plenty of speculation about this, but that is nothing to which we will respond to substantively, said Rushbrook. Now, this is not a no or a yes, only time will tell if they join forces. Honda entering Formula One in 2026 is excellent and has opened various doors for them. A couple of options are available for the Japanese-based company, so let's look at them. One option available to Honda would be the purchase of Red Bull's sister company, AlphaTauri. And as crazy as this sounds, it is not entirely without reason. The death of the great Dietrich Mateschitz and a change at the top will mean there may be a shake-up at Red Bull, with the incoming CEO looking to stamp his authority. It is a well-known practice in business for incoming CEOs to get rid of underperforming assets, and AlphaTauri has yet to be at its best lately. However, Honda would need to weigh their options and see if this is viable, as it is well known in F1 that teams return little in the short to medium term. Remaining options would be to partner with McLaren or Williams, with Williams being consistently at the back. The more appealing option would be that of McLaren. McLaren and Honda had a disastrous relationship in the past, with in-house fighting and a Ron Dennis power struggle leaving the team in disarray. This, however, would be a very different McLaren. They are joining the team on the up, a great driver lineup if they can keep a hold of them till 2026. It could bring back the great partnership of the 80s and 90s. If Honda does leave Red Bull, it is doubtful that their performance will decline, with Red Bull having one, if not the best engineers on the track, Adrian Newey. Horner recently heaped praise on Newey, citing him as the primary reason behind Red Bull's success. Adrian is the only bloke that can see air. He lives in the Matrix, and he's been the conductor of the technical orchestra for all these years now, but he's still very hands-on and at his drawing board. I had to argue with Ron Dennis to wrestle him out of McLaren. We've obviously had highs and lows during all these years, but it's always been fun. We've always had great support from the group, from Dietrich Mateschitz and from Helmut Marko, and that's enabled us to just focus on being the best race team that we can be, said Horner. Even with a great team like Red Bull, you can't help but wonder how the latest sanctions will affect them. Two-time world champion Max Verstappen admits he is worried, but is sure his team can make it happen. That will hurt us, Verstappen told Automotor and Sport, but I'm still confident my team can pull it off and we'll get off to a good start, the Dutchman added. We know where to start and what to work on. If we were at a loss as to which direction to go in, it would be an even greater problem. We will learn how much we actually suffer from it over the course of the year, but our car was competitive, and if we keep the momentum going, it should be fine. If you back a team into a corner, they will come out swinging, and we are confident Max and the crew will do that. Comment below and let us know what you think Red Bull and Honda should do.